In this video, we are going to talk about 6 ways relationship perfectionism is ruining your life and relationships. Sounds dramatic, but it's actually kind of true. I am Pauline, and I am so happy you are here because I think relationship perfectionism is a thing that is not talked about enough, is not known enough. I don't even know if it's an actual term, relationship perfectionism, but it is an actual thing. It means that you have an image of a relationship of what it should be, and your relationship is not that, and therefore you are almost constantly unhappy and frustrated and disappointed. There's so much more to it, but that's kind of the gist of it. But it can really have detrimental effects on your life and definitely on your relationship and on your own happiness, which is very, very important because you think you're doing this thing called perfectionism, trying to get everything perfect so you can be happy, and actually you are robbing yourself of happiness all the time. So let's dive into the 6 ways relationship perfectionism is ruining your love life. The first is you never get there. When you have this perfectionist tendency, and maybe you already know that from other areas of your life, but when you have that in relationships, you are always feeling like you're working towards something, like you're working towards the relationship being perfect, but you never get there. You never get to that place where everything is just amazing, beautiful, heaven, bliss. And so you are always longing and always feeling like the moment now or the phase now or whatever you are in now is not good enough. So it's super frustrating because when you don't heal this, it could be that you have this feeling for the rest of your life that you're working towards something of some or somewhere and you never get there. There's just not a place that you can arrive at because nothing is ever perfect. If it's perfect for a moment, it will never be perfect for the rest of your life. And that's what perfectionists tend to want to go towards. If I just solve all the problems, if I fix all the things, if I fix all the things that are missing in my relationship, then my relationship is perfect and it will be perfect for the rest of my life. And that is just not realistic. So you will always get stuck in this feeling of longing and frustration and disappointment about what is here now, which is really just, it's sad because there is so much joy in this moment while it's not perfect. There is so much love that you can feel in this moment, it not being perfect. So always feeling like you're not there yet and always longing is taking so much away from the present moment. The second way is that you feel this constant disappointment. And disappointment is just not a very nice feeling to have. It is this nagging feeling that it should be better and it's not. So you are disappointed and you can be actually a little bit angry with yourself all the time also, consistently, without really noticing it because you can't seem to get it to be perfect. And you feel like that's actually possible. You feel like that is a possibility. So there's this constant disappointment in your partner, in your relationship, and in yourself, which is just not a very nice way to live and makes you even harder on yourself. Like it makes you harder and harder on working harder and being better and being more perfect and controlling more factors. Another way relationship perfectionism is influencing your love life, because ruining is really dramatic, even though it really is kind of true. I don't clickbait title things. I really had to see it for what it was when I thought for the longest time, oh no, but perfectionism is a good thing because then you work towards something and it's a motivator. No, it's not. It really isn't. Perfectionism is an extremely low bar to set because it is just not attainable. And so it is something you will never achieve, and it is something that is having so many negative effects in your life. So yeah, it is kind of ruining your life in a way. So that's not clickbait. That is actually true, even though it sounds dramatic. Another way relationship perfectionism is ruining your love life is that you miss all the magic moments and beautiful things that are here, because they are here. But when you have this perfectionist tendency, You feel like those moments don't matter until everything is perfect all the time for the rest of your life. So it's very black and white. It's the inability to accept beautiful and perfect moments in the now without everything being perfect, and knowing that there will also be imperfect moments. So we perfectionists work so hard to get to a place of perfection because we're afraid we won't be able to deal with mess, with negative emotions, with negative moments, with moments that are hard to handle. And because of that, we dismiss the beautiful moments, the magic in the moments that are here now, while actually there will never be a place where everything is perfect. And these beautiful and perfect moments are what it is. And the more you can accept that and allow them to be there, the more they will be dominant in your life, in your experience. But what I used to do all the time is when there was a beautiful moment, I would think, oh yeah, but it's not good enough. It has to be better, or we still have this problem that we have to work on, that we have to fix, or I'm still missing this. This is not good enough. So it's just a never-ending story, isn't it? But allowing the magic to be there just the way it is in this moment, that gives way to more of that. As soon as you judge it and dismiss it, you are saying you're not good enough, I need more. But you are not acknowledging or enjoying what is here, and so it can never become more, if you're following what I'm saying. So you have this bar for yourself that it has, or this image of yourself of what it has to be, and if it's not good enough. But just imagine somebody doing that to you. Like, you have to be this, and if you're not good enough. I don't want you. That's extremely hurtful, right? And our feelings actually work in the same way that we would. If you dismiss and judge your feelings immediately as being not good enough, your feelings are like, oh, okay, then I just won't be here anymore. Your partner also. I mean, I think I wasn't aware of this for the longest time, that I was actually hurting my partner with this. But yeah, I was. It's still something I struggle with. I will probably make a video on that. But I do notice now that as I embrace the messiness of life more and more, that there are so many beautiful moments and perfect moments, and that is what life is about. And I just realized that I thought, okay, what if I am 95 and I am on my deathbed looking back at my life? What would I want myself to do? Would I want myself to spend years and years and years trying to chase this place of perfection, trying to get there, not maybe even ever getting there? Or would I want myself to have enjoyed the beautiful moments while they were there? And it was so obviously the last one. So that's when I tried to, start enjoying it more. And then also releasing all the fear that is underlying this perfectionist behavior, because it is all coming from fear. Another way relationship perfectionism is ruining your love life is that your partner doesn't really feel loved, probably a bit hopeless and powerless, and therefore won't give you their best selves. This was such a hard pill for me to swallow, because I thought, well, it's not that hard, is it? I mean, I am very clear on what I want, and you just have to do that. But the thing was that when he tried to live up to my standards, when he changed things, it was never enough. There was always the next thing that I was missing, or the next problem that needed solving, and it was just almost never ending. And I didn't really notice it, because what I noticed was the longing, was the feeling that there's not enough and there should be more, and why isn't he just, doing his thing, playing his part? And then when he told me this in the most loving and respectful way, it was such a slap in the face. Like, oh God, I am making you feel miserable, even though I genuinely thought that what I was doing was for the best of both of us, because when our relationship is perfect, we're both going to be happy. I was just giving him the feeling that and nothing he did was ever really good enough. And I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that wife to him. I don't want to be that mother to my children. So, yeah, that was very hard to realize, very confronting, but very good. Because that was actually a way that, it was ruining my love life. It was making my husband feel like shit, and that's not what I want. I want him to feel really good. And of course, I have needs, and of course, I want him to try to meet those needs. But I really had to check myself with my perfectionism and not expect him to be perfect, because that is just not attainable, and that is not something you can expect from another human being, because human beings are messy, and that is completely okay. The fifth way is never fully relax into the moment where the most love and connection is. So connection happens in the moment. It doesn't happen out there or there in the future when you are perfect. It's not that you get to this place, to this heavenly place where there's only love and perfection and connection because there's perfection. Love and perfection don't go together. As long as you're striving to be perfect, you are blocking love, which was also a very hard pill to swallow. It was so confronting to realize that what I was doing was just not working. I was trying to get to a place of love and happiness and bliss by being perfectionist, and yet being a perfectionist or trying to be perfect was actually taking away all of the love and happiness and bliss. So in this moment is the only moment when there's going to be connection. And if you always judge this moment as not being good enough, I'm not good enough yet, this relationship is not good enough yet, we have to work on it, then you are not going to feel connection. And guess what? This is actually a reason why a lot of fearful avoidants have this perfectionist tendency, because those feelings that you think you're working towards, you actually have a really hard time allowing. You are afraid, you might be afraid of connection, you might be afraid of feeling love, because then you're afraid that it will be taken away, or that when is the other shoe going to drop? There are so many fears surrounding allowing happy feelings. We think that that's what we want and that will be easy to allow, but it's not. And it's very easy to then be distracted by perfectionism and not allow those feelings, not allow that connection, and not allow that love, because it feels safer to allow that when everything is perfect than to allow it in the present moment. But in the present moment is the only moment that you can feel it. And then the last one is you always feel like you're missing something. There's always this constant feeling that something is missing, that something could be better or should be better. And this is just a trauma response. That really is what it is. Because everything you need is already in you. Everything you're longing for is already in you. All those feelings that you want so badly are already in you, because otherwise you wouldn't want them. You wouldn't know how they feel, so you wouldn't miss them. So anything you're longing for, you can already feel inside of you, because it's there. It's already there. You don't need anything. Nothing has to be perfect outside of you. Your partner doesn't have to be perfect. Your relationship doesn't have to be perfect. Your life doesn't have to be perfect for you to feel what you want to feel, what you are longing to feel. And I want for you to allow yourself to have those feelings right now, and not work for them for years and years and years and years, and get frustrated more and more, and get depressed more and more, because actually perfectionism is linked to clinical depression. It is a predictor of postpartum depression. It is an underlying factor of clinical depression. So it is not something that is working towards something. It is something that is actually causing damage to your, or damage might not be the right word, but is influencing your mental health, even apart from your love life. I'm noticing that I'm just very passionate about perfectionism, because I think a lot of fearful avoidants have that, and that's what I talk a lot about on this channel, fearful avoidant attachment style. And I think perfectionism and or I know perfectionism and everything that has to do with that is such a big key in healing the fearful avoidant attachment style, while we are not aware of how much negative influence it has on us. Because like I said, in society we have this image of perfectionism being a good thing, and it causes you to work hard, but it causes you to be unhappy. It causes you to be frustrated with life, disappointed, hard on yourself, depressed, not really enjoying life. And I just I want you to, when you're 95 and you're on your deathbed and looking back, say, man, I really just enjoyed the moments for what they were, instead of I really wasted years of my life trying to get to a perfect place. And I'm not saying this is bad. I don't want you to feel like, oh, this is bad that I'm doing this. I'm a bad person for being a perfectionist. It's so logical that you're doing this. It's a coping mechanism. You picked this up, you created this, you concluded that this was the way when you were a child, and everything was overwhelming and everything was far from perfect and was actually hurting you. And then you thought, well, maybe if everything was perfect, I wouldn't feel this pain. So it's so logical. But now you are grown up, you are much stronger, you have so much more say in your life, and you don't need perfectionism to feel anything you want to feel or to experience anything you want to experience. So it is a matter of healing. It's a matter of releasing. It's a matter of healing that little inner child that still thinks that perfectionism is going to solve all of your problems. It's not. And I want you to enjoy life right now for the rest of your life, with all the messiness and with all the imperfections, because that is what you deserve. That is what you deserve. I don't want you to be so hard on yourself anymore, and feel like you have to work and work and work and perform and prove that you are good enough, because you already are, as you are right now. So if you're ready to release perfectionism and to actually enjoy life, really enjoy life, enjoy these moments, enjoy your relationship, and just allow yourself to be happy, to be truly happy, and look forward to your day and look forward to the future, check out the program Healed and Happy, because there we go to the roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style. One of these roots, a couple of these roots, really influence perfectionism also. So releasing those will heal your perfectionism also. And that will free you up like you have no idea. It will cause you to be happy in a way that you may have never known if you've had these perfectionist tendencies before, and you will experience a love you've never experienced before. And that's what I wish for you. So as always, I am so happy you are here, and I will see you in the next one.
Healed and Happy is a tailor made online program where me and my team personally guide you through healing the roots of the fearful avoidant attachment style.